So while we're waiting for this to dry, I'll explain what's going to happen here. There's going to be 3 different distinct layers of strata in here. There's going to be a very loose, broken rock, and then there's going to be a darker grey granite underneath as well. And there'll be 2 different distinct forms of strata through this area that form upthrust from tectonic plate movement to give you the shape in the rock. So there'll be 2. The lower area that I'm doing right now will be more of a sedimentary rock that's been shoved up into a more indigenous rock above, which is a stronger, harder rock, and which is why it'll be more of a vertical cliff as opposed to this sedimentary rock which will be crumbling and falling down on the cliff sides. I'm probably only going to do this area on video. There's a lot to do, close to 100 square feet of mountain ranges to do, so I'll video all of this and how it's done. And as you can tell right now, the plaster's still wet. Once it starts to dry and set up, then we'll start getting into tools like these and start really carving the finer rock formation. At the moment, the meat skewer is just there to kind of shape and give me an idea of what way I want the strata and the rock to run. Okay, so our plaster is just starting to set up hard now. It's just about ready to start working it. And basically what we're going to do is just start cutting in the lines like this, and you tilt the blade slightly at an angle so it lifts up and creates a gap in the plaster. And we'll just start working those lines. While it's still a tad wet, you can move it around and it'll still stick. Just layer after layer. Once it hardens a bit more, we'll chip pieces out to get that broken rock look. But at the moment, we just want to carve in break points so it chips away easier. It's a little bit awkward from this angle. I'm trying to do it so you can see it in the camera. Just work our way up. You can even curve it a little bit. Don't make it uniform. Looks awkward to the human eye when it's all uniform. Nature isn't uniform. Up the top here we're going to have a layer of loose rock and topsoil, and we're actually going to have a tree growing on top of this. When you're doing faces like this, you want to get that blade at the same plane as all your rocks are going to be stacked. If you do this, when you chip it out, you get big chunks fall out. I mean, you could do it that way if you want big chunks to fall out. These stones, this is limestone, and I use limestone as opposed to natural other rocks because It absorbs paint pigments quite nicely. It's almost like kitty litter in its texture and porosity. So we'll soak up the paint quite well. So when we come to paint all this and stain it, we can get the rock and the stones look the same colours. Right, I'm going to let that dry now, and then we'll come back and chip it. Okay, so it's dried some more. So what we're going to do now is going to put some vertical cracks in between the lines. It's quite a time-consuming job, but just drive your blade in until you hit the original first layer of plaster and cloth. You don't want to chip it out yet, the plaster's still too wet and it will come away from the plaster underneath. Just want to let it dry. The more cuts you can put in it, the more cracks and chipping you can do throughout the plaster once it's time to actually start chipping it away. Another technique you can get to do that will get you a faster result, but probably not as detailed, is using crinkled up tinfoil. I've used that in the past for large areas, and I probably still will do some here in the back seams against the wall where it's not so noticeable. But because this one's right in the foreground, you'll have a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tomorrow, can you wake up early?
Why?
Mostly because of Ryder.
What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah, if you're there, he'll stop.
Oh, so you want me to sleep on the couch, is that what you're saying?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay. Right here. I'll talk to Mum about it.
What are we having for dinner?
Mince.
Mince. Just mince?
What do you want with it? Pasta?
Pasta.
Okay.
I was thinking about pasta anyway.
Well, you can probably go start it now actually, because it's just about
Okay,
time.
so that reason I'm asking because I'm actually starving.
Because I'm going to be a little bit.
I'm going to go start it.
Right here. And that, my friends, is a day in the life of a model railroader as a dad. There you go. So what we're forming here is basically clay sedimentary layers. And when it's compressed and dried and thrust up, it cracks. Be there in a minute. This is also why I don't do too many videos with me talking, because I get interrupted a lot. So, unless I do this in the middle of the night when the kids are asleep. But there you have it. So, by the sounds of that, I'm going to have to pause this video and probably make a part 2 once this is all dried. See you soon. Here, right through here. And just zoom in a bit on that. There we go. And essentially what we're aiming for here is layers of rock, layers of sedimentary rock. And all I've been doing in the last 5 minutes is just driving the blade in and chipping it out. Right, this is the chipping. That we're trying to achieve. And it might be a bit hard to see in the light. It's too bright. We'll back that off. But once you paint it and stain it, it will pretty much look how we're looking to get it. So once it's chipped off, you're going to get a whole bunch of shavings like this. If you find it still sticking, or you can't brush it off the plaster without it sticking, it's still too wet, let it dry some more. But apart from that, you start from the top and cut down out towards there. So it's still quite wet because it's sticking in there. You don't want that. So we might have to wait a little bit longer, probably till tomorrow now, to get this, to get the desired effect for this area. So this plaster in here was quite heavy compared to the part over there we did earlier. It's a bit hard to see. Try and get a shadow on it. There you go. So that's what you're looking for. Is an area right here. That's the end goal. It's looking like that. Awesome. Before I turn the camera back on, I swept all the loose stones off, or most of them that went stuck to the plaster. So that area right there will become our shoreline for this body of water once it's all done.